Really? Well, at least that'll be retirement age, so I'm good with that.
Today we are back with another install. Shop FL5, as you can see on the lift, torn apart. Today we are installing spoon adjustable stabilizer links.
Otherwise known as?
The Endlinks for the sway bar.
Yeah, great. You can't see anything.
Yeah. We've had these for a minute. Stored away for the day that this car gets some suspension work. Today just happens to be that day. You guys know spoon prices and spoon tax?
Here it is.
Here it is. This is what you get for it. It looks identical to something you might buy from like White Line or anything else. All the same
God,
thing.
way to sell it, Morris. I mean, it's gonna want me to go buy them.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds so depre,
adjustable
huh?
links are all adjustable links at the end of the day. So.
Hey, so depre, huh?
Someone spent their hard-earned money on this, and
I'm glad this is all shop money.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's a tax write-off, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is what you pay for. Adjustable link, all what looks to be aluminum. Yeah.
After that glorious intro, here we are. Morris is gonna go ahead and do the swap of Endlinks. We do have coilovers on this car, which will help us out when it comes to adjustability for...
I think we installed them a while ago. We've had these for a while.
Right, but these
S3.
Endlinks are gonna help us do what?
Not really much.
You got to shorten the link between the basis of the sway bar and the top part.
What's the point that
you're reducing the geometry from the lower arm.
A few moments later.
One thing to note, according to Spoon's website, they want you to run these if you were to get the front sway bar. Not when you go to the first adjustable, I guess, position.
Yeah.
It's when you use the second adjustable position. Now, we do not have that sway bar on the car yet, but literally they are saying that when you run the second adjustable point on that sway bar, you're gonna need this.
Yeah.
We got these because since we have coilovers, we wanna see if there's any big difference.
Hello?
All right, guys, one thing to note, the Spoon adjustable links, in their instruction, here you go, Morris, they say that if you're going to run the front sway bar and you're going to position it in position 2, you're going to need this to help with the suspension geometry. Now, we have not measured these compared to any other brand or even to the stock ones. We're going to do that right now. But according to Morris,
we have the stock ones on already. Technically, we already lowered the geometry of the suspension because we do have coilovers, so it already shortens the base anyways, as I was telling the guys here. So these are basically gonna help us just get the sway bar in the correct position that it needs to be. Eventually, someone plans to go spoon sway bar, which we'll see if they end up doing it, pulling the trigger. But that's basically gonna help, like we said, the different position that it has. Obviously, there's a more aggressive and more street. We're gonna go for the more aggressive due to tracking. Another thing too is, if you guys do keep the stock ones, we have seen them snap on certain cars that do have, like, let's say iBox sway bars or something along the lines. They do end up snapping just because if you put them in a more aggressive position, that's cast aluminum. There's no adjustment. You can't really do anything. So this is gonna fix that issue. And it's better just to run these overall, so.
here we go.
Okay, let me start this off. I'm gonna go on the record. We were talking a little bit. I had mentioned that shortening or putting coilovers on already shortens the geometry, right? Now, when you put a sway bar, it shortens it even more from the actual sway bar end link. That is the reason that we will be installing the actual spoon ones, because the fact that we planned to do this, the actual sway bar in the future. So it's gonna shorten it even more. We need to do it anyways. Now, if you were to do the setup, it's fine. Obviously, it's shortened already, but you would like to switch to adjustable. That's why some companies do offer them. But anyways, besides the point. To remove the actual sway bar end link, it's simple. 2 14s, one up here. Jesus. Okay, to remove this, very simple. 14 up here. If you look down here, behind this little brake ducting, another 14 on the backside. Right where my finger is. Another 14 back here. Right, you guys can see my finger right there. So 14 there, and there's another one up top that I just showed prior. Very simple, remove those, and then you're gonna reinstall these. These are actually 17s nylon nuts, and you're gonna have to adjust them accordingly, and we will do that in a second. Let me take this off.
And again, this shouldn't be too crazy.
If it's stuck like this, if you see in this position where it's kind of pointed upwards and not being able to be pulled out smoothly, if you go loosen the other side, it's gonna lose the tension on the actual sway bar and allow you to pull out both sides easily. So we'll do that on the other side really quick, and it'll loosen up this and I'll be able to pull it out freely. But as you can see, I'm pulling on it. Typically this should already come out, but
You don't want to strip it or anything.
yeah, you don't want to mess up the threads, because then you'll have to re-thread it or buy a new one. So we'll just go loosen up the other side and then pull it out. Okay, so as I stated, you got to loosen up the other side. So now you should be able to kind of pull down on it a little bit, and oh, Jesus Christ.
You should be able to get it out.
You should be able to. The other side came out, so.
Or you could use a jack if you're on the floor.
That too. This is also another reason why we're using this. If you were to go, let's go to the other side really quick. So another reason why we're doing this, if you guys look at, this is the driver's side now, we were just on the passenger prior. If you see this, it's more straight, right? This will easily come out. So meaning that this side is the proper length, the other side is improper. So we're gonna have to raise up that side and remove the actual unlink, just because it is kind of stuck. But that's why we're doing today's install, to fix the adjustment and get it right.
Guys, we went ahead and jacked up the bottom of the control arm, right?
Yeah, and that actually fixed the geometry that we were talking about. So now technically I can just pop it out, and as we were mentioning, that's why we're fixing the issue.
Yeah, we'll probably have to do a little bit of an adjustment here. We also noticed that some of our preload's a little loose. We're gonna give that another try and work on that. But again, guys, this is why you should always check your coilovers. You should always check that everything's nice and tight, because over time, especially when you're at the track and you're beating on this thing, things will come loose. I mean, it's just part of the game.
As shown here.
Right.
Yeah, set screw came out, but we'll fix it. And
yeah, that was spooky too. We noticed that our set screw for these guys, see how this spins? See, that set screw came out, which again, nothing that we're surprised. I mean, stuff like this always happens.
Technically speaking, I think this is the side that gets more load on the tracks compared to the left. So
yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and tighten this, adjust the preload, because see, should not do that, and fix the end link, and pick back up in a couple seconds. All right, boys, one thing to note, in a future episode, we're gonna also dive into spring rate, and we're not gonna be professionals at telling you what spring rates do and whatnot, but we're gonna upgrade our spring rate, which currently we're running the stock kit. Yeah, I think these are 10Ks that come with the kit. We're gonna bump up to 12 in the front and 14 in the rear, 'cause I think currently it runs 10 and 12. So we went up to a next level just to see how the car reacts, and if we don't like it, then we'll go back down to these. But so far, no complaints from the S3 suspension guys. These guys are top notch.
Street driving and everything like that, I mean, no complaints.
Right.
On the track, I mean, not really any complaints.
No. We've had this kit for now, what, 3 years now? This is gonna be our 3rd year with it. All right, boys, Morris is just gonna do a quick measurement on the driver's side. We're gonna measure the preload on that side, and then we're going to set it the same on this side, and then we'll resume with our Endlink install.
All right, tech tip really quick.
ahead.
If they get stuck, meaning the little ball joint in the actual...
Quick question.
All right. Tech tip really quick. If by chance you guys are loosening these, whether it's top or bottom, right, there's like a little ball joint in here. So if the ball joint actually spins, what you're gonna do is you're either gonna get a 5 Allen and a 14 millimeter wrench, okay, it has a provision for an Allen head. So you put the Allen head in there, right? You're gonna put the 14 on first, then Allen head, and you can either do the nut or you can do the Allen, whichever you prefer, does not matter. If you're gonna do the Allen, you're gonna tighten it to loosen it. And if you're gonna do the nut, then you just do, lefty loosey. So those are your tech tip for taking these off. Sometimes they do get stuck, and it just happens to be part of it. So
better yet, just bring it over here.
yeah.
All right, that way you don't get anything messed up. And why I say that, because one of you is gonna not have the right Allen and just try and make it work, and then next thing you know, you're gonna strip it out, and then guess what? You're gonna make it your way here, and then the boys are gonna be frustrated because it's gonna take them double the time and it's gonna cost you double the money to fix it. So how about just come here, we'll get you in and out, probably 30 minutes max.
We said 10 minutes for this install, but
We've run across a couple other things.
yeah.
And again, guys, this is why you want to bring it to somebody that can identify these issues. If you have some loose preload, you have a faulty line, they can see and spot it faster than probably you, because you are the guy that just works on your car on the weekend, and these guys do it every day. This fool fucking R&D'd a whole oil cooler kit based off an FL5 oil cooler kit, got it all set up, and yet we're still here on one side. Hey, this is why we charge by the hour, not by the job. No, strike that from the record. Yeah, go ahead. I'll just deduct it from your rent.
Okay, I'm about to install the actual spoon adjustable Endlinks. Now, the biggest thing we see when anyone installing these, they don't adjust them correctly. So you want to have even spacing between. As you can see, this one's probably a little bit lower than this one. That's fine. I'm going to adjust it. I'm first just going to install it loosely and then adjust it finally. But you want to have the washer, and then it's going to go through the actual sway bar, and then washer and nut. So
all right, guys, Lewis is going to give a quick explanation of how we're going to adjust these, and
So
here we go.
Quick explanation. This is designed for the stock shock, the stock spring. You got this in that thing? Okay. When you lower the car, right? Let's say you start here, right? But now because you lowered the entire suspension, you're not just lowering the shock and the spring. The entire knuckle is being pushed up. So let's say this was your start position. Now the knuckle down here is being pressed like this, right?
And sorry to cut you off, but that would be why you see this the way it is, right?
So you see how much it has to bend on both ends. It has to bend like this to reach the new distance, because the entire like actual suspension, the whole assembly needs to go up too, because the spring itself, where you have the point to bolt is in, that doesn't change on the actual coilover. What you're changing is the total distance between the center, the where it started and where it's ending now. So this has to bend like this, and this is what you're creating. You're creating a lot of tension. So when you're tracking and the wheel goes up, you do this, but now you only have this much play. So yeah, the sway bar is still doing its job, but it's not having the travel that it needs. It needs to be able to travel and come down and let you be able to have a little bit more
Free range, right?
Compared to this, where now you see the difference. We lowered the car about 2 inches, roughly around where this is. So if you had stock suspension and you only had springs, then you could still definitely make this go back towards the stock one and have a stronger end link, right? But now because we are lowering and we have coilovers, what we're doing is keeping that position here and keeping this actual joint straight. And now when the whole suspension and everything goes up, we're gonna be able to bring up the arm and bring it down without it actually, bending as this one is. But you could see the difference how this comes out. Like, you see how much tension there's been riding on this entire time.
That bushing, right?
So that's pretty much the reason why you should do it when you add coilovers. Some companies don't give them to you when you buy it. Like, I probably recommend it for everybody just because we've had a lot of issues with the 10th gens when we were putting coilovers on that. We had to put the adjustable endlinks because the stock ones would just snap in half on the FK8s. So easy way to that. I personally don't like adjustable ones, to be honest, just because you have to bolt check them. and no shade to Spoon. This is just my personal preference. I've always bought in the ones from BC Racing because it's a one piece, but it's already shortened
to the length.
To the length that you're gonna need because they're assuming you're lowering it like 2 inches. That's just my personal reference. These are very well designed. They're strong. They're billet.
Would you say the bushing, this bushing here is tighter?
Yeah, there's definitely
stronger
less
than
play because I can't even move this with my hand.
That's pretty.
So,
you know what that reminds me of, the bump steer kit.
So yeah, exactly. Like compared to this, I'm using
my God.
I'm using my pinky for this.
He's got a strong pinky, guys.
Left one. Not left-handed. Look, you see? So there's really no right amount of play. So here, Morris just took this one off, and look how much bend this has.
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
And this is how it should be stock. You see? So.
And that's we've been tracking this car for like 3 years now.
Yeah. So
since
with
we got
this, small improvements, but the platform kind of takes a little while for people to start developing stuff for it. So now it's available, and I think you guys should do it. Especially if you have coilovers, you're tracking. Even if you have springs, it's a definitely good upgrade. If you had springs, I'd probably just say, compared to the top here, just lower it about this much.
And again, like, I guess the big rule of thumb, right? I know we've been ranting on this for about 5 minutes now, but the biggest thing that everybody needs to understand is when you play with the suspension, when you play with any part, anything you do, there's always a reaction to what the car's gonna do. So if you're used to driving your car nice and soft and X, Y, and Z, the moment you adjust it, it's not gonna feel the same. You need to understand that that's why you're buying this, right? To make it stiffer, make it lower. It's not gonna feel the same.
Yeah, like people complain, like they don't realize too, is that like, even with like something so simple like the studs heat up and they snap. It's like, what do? You get a stronger material, and they stick out more, and you have a lot more distance in between the hub and the actual wheel, and that's just one safety thing, right? Same thing here with the bump steer kits. We had those on the FK, and it was cool, but now we're focusing on more other things, like something like this, simple like this, like the Endlinks.
And we could still do that. I don't know if we totally need it yet, but I don't know, we might one day, I don't know. It's just such a pain in the ass.
Especially for this car.
Yeah.
It's so tough.
But again, guys, the biggest thing here is bring it to us. We'll get it done. These guys do this all day long, and this is why we work on the shop FL5, so we know what we're getting ourselves into when you guys come. That way we can spot these things. Like Morris was able to spot that the preload was loose. He was able to pinpoint, like he said right now, when you loosen up one side, the bolt might be pointed towards another direction and you don't want to strip it out or break it. All these things are little things that these guys learn, and like they say, these are trades of the craft, and bring it to a pro. I mean, we have people that come from all over SoCal and want to work on, want us to work on their cars for a reason, because we know what we're talking about.
And how do you want to tighten these, Morris? Like, what is it, torque spec, or you're just gonna tighten till you feel it tight?
Just tighten it till you feel that it's right. Honestly, I mean, these aren't like, they're not technically the thread's a 14, but the nuts is a 17 nylon. So I mean, either way, your hand can do probably 28, 32 foot-pounds, which it should go to. So.
You don't want to overdo it either.
Yeah,
right?
I mean the nylon nut locks it in place anyway, so yeah, you don't want to overdo it, but you also don't leave it too loose either. We have gone ahead and put in our sway bar end link. We have also measured it out, so there is clearance between the actual sway bar and the axles. It doesn't actually bind when the sway bar is in use of, hitting bumps or something along the lines of that. With the measurement, we do have a gap now. We did tighten them. We held the actual base of it and tightened the nuts so then that the actual adjustment point would not move. Now we are just going to tighten the top and then double check the driver's side to make sure that our measurement's good there. and go ahead and button it all up, and we should be good to go.
While Morris buttons up the driver's side, this is just a rinse and repeat of what you're doing on the passenger side, and just gonna depend on what side you start with, but everything should be the same. All right, boys, and again, that's gonna do it for the Spoon Sports adjustable Endlinks. Again, like I said to you guys, we weren't gonna get too far into it. We did find a couple issues here. We've gone ahead and buttoned those up. Shout out to the guys over at S3 for some of the advice regarding the preload. And again, regarding your suspension, I would always say take it to an alignment. Once you're done, anytime you do mess with stuff, you just wanna double check that everything's good to go. We have an alignment rack, shameless plugs. If you guys wanna come down here after you've worked on it, or when we do any of that, we can also do the alignment for you. Give us a call, schedule an appointment, shoot Lewis a DM. He'll go ahead and schedule you. And again, guys, we want to thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a ring or shoot them in the comments. Appreciate that. Hit that like, subscribe button. And again, from myself, from the trusty labor assistant, and from the newly retired Edge Master Lewis, we will catch you guys out on the next one. This is what he does now. Spends his days just tinkering with his little toy car here, playing with oil lines and whatnot, just playing with his car.